That was really fast.
That was really fast. Yeah.
That was super fast, yeah.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
No John this week.
John is currently setting up a tournament at, I'm assuming Video Game Traders. He just said VGT to me.
Yeah, that would be Video Game Traders for sure. Yep.
Yeah. So
did he say what the tournament is?
I started installing an update on my phone, so I can't.
Okay, fair enough.
Can't check. He may have given me an acronym that I didn't recognize. Something this Sunday. Is there something happening this Sunday?
I don't know. I don't keep in touch with that stuff. I don't care about tournaments. So
okay, all right.
Unfortunately, I have no idea. I'm sure it's going to be great.
I can check. Oh, it's going to take.
Oh, a while. It might be Dr. Mario. Now that I think about
he definitely didn't say Dr. Mario, but maybe it is. I would have remembered Dr. Mario.
Yeah.
So, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. No John this week. We'll catch him next week.
Yep.
But yeah, Friday noon time slot for the podcast. For the summer months.
Yep.
It's definitely summer down here though. It's been like low 20s all week.
Yeah, it's
super nice.
It like hail rained up here yesterday, but it's been warm besides that. So it's been okay up here. As warm as Canada gets anyway. So
right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's summer. Yay. Video game time.
Yeah, I'm really just looking forward to like games stop coming out for a bit. Didn't Persona just come out? Is that out now?
No, that's this week.
Is that this week? Okay,
yeah.
More and more people on my Twitter are talking about how they already picked it up and stuff.
Oh, maybe some places released early, but release date is April 4th or 5th, whichever day that Tuesday is, 4th, I guess. So, yeah.
Right.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you're gonna play it?
Yeah, for sure. I'm for sure gonna play that.
Did you ever get around to playing any of the Nonary games? Virtue's Last Reward games?
No, I didn't bother getting it yet. There's just too much other shit. So
right. Those came out on Steam.
Yeah, last week.
Last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Those are good games.
What was it, like $45 for the first two? It's pretty good. It's not bad.
Yeah, which I think that's pretty close to around what I paid. No, I got the second one for PlayStation Plus, but I think those games are usually around like 20, 25-ish.
Yeah, that's what I figured, so I think that's an okay price. It's not too bad.
And yeah, by the time you get to like the third one, I'm sure it'll be discounted a ton. If you get to the third one, which you should.
Eventually, yeah.
Should.
I heard they're quite long, so there's that.
Yeah, you're definitely like, you have to commit to like going through it a couple times. Luckily, each playthrough gets shorter and shorter. But anyway, it is still a commitment.
Yeah, for sure.
Someone mentions in the chat, I wonder if they're going to talk about Twitch Calgary. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, do you want to, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of which day it was. It was Sunday. Oh, I guess it was just last week. We had our first Twitch Calgary event where we got a bunch of people together.
Did you go to this?
Yeah, I'm one of the founders of it.
Oh, I didn't know.
John was there too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It went okay. We didn't expect 80 to 100 people, so we were in a very small area.
Holy smokes! I was when you were about to. I could tell you were about to give me a number.
Yeah.
And I was expecting you to maybe say like
20.
Like if I was
30.
to guess, I would think like there was 12 of us there. And then when you were starting to say like I didn't expect, I was like, okay, so what would be more than that?
Yeah.
Maybe they got something crazy like 40.
Yeah, we were expecting like maybe 40 to 50, probably, but 80 some people like showed up and.
Okay, well, I know nothing about this event. Tell me what the event was. What'd you do?
It was just kind of like the first official meetup. Of Twitch streamers. Like, we're officially sanctioned and quote-unquote powered by Twitch, which basically means they allow us to use their logo and say we're powered by them, and they give us a bunch of, like, shirts and shit to give away,
like
basically.
hoodies?
Not the hoodies. No, the hoodies are like sacred for Twitch.
I don't know. Like I'm in the Bay Area, so I see those hoodies.
No,
like,
I know,
everywhere.
but like everywhere else, they're sacred. So they don't give
Maybe it's
they
just
don't give those.
employees. Maybe that's the whole thing.
I think it might be now. They're partners, Twitch partners. They used to sell them at like conventions at their booth, but like
Okay.
I don't know that they do anymore. Like so
Alright.
they're pretty rare to find now. But yeah, they gave us some shirts to give away. We contacted some of our contacts at like Discord and Steel Series and a bunch of sponsors and stuff. So we gave out a bunch of crap to people that showed up
That's
and
cool.
got raffle tickets and just basically hung out and chatted with people and whatnot. Yeah, it
Where was
fun.
this?
It was at a place called Local 510. It's like a bar on 17th type thing.
Okay, I haven't heard of it, but that's cool.
Do you know where the Ship and Anchor is? By any chance? Because I think it's right next door to it. If I am,
Don't. No, I thought I did, but I think the one I was thinking of was called like the Watchman or something.
okay, I'm not big in the bar scene, so like
No, neither am I.
a lot of these are hard to like even know about at all for me.
Is it near National? I know where that is.
Yes, it is. I
Okay.
think it's across the street from it.
Oh, well, there you go. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened. Gave out stuff. People enjoyed their time and got to talk with a bunch of people and got to see a bunch of people I don't particularly know or care about. So there's that.
You're meeting people. Isn't that the whole point?
Sure. Yeah.
Like building a community or something?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what is the goal of this.
It's like building a community or something of
that's
that
what I'm
matter.
saying.
So yeah. Yeah. No, it went well. It went good. It was the first one, so obviously there's a lot of changes that we want to make and grow, and probably find a venue that can comfortably fit that amount of people this time, instead of like having people not have seats and like have to walk around. And yeah, we weren't expecting that much, to be honest. So it was a pleasant surprise.
Was there any issue of like there was people under 18 that wanted to be a part of this but couldn't because it's at a bar?
As from what I've to understand, it was all ages, but if you wanted
okay.
to drink, you had to show ID, obviously.
Okay. I wasn't sure if the venue is all ages or not.
Yeah,
So-
because it was in Sunday in the middle of the day, so like it was a pretty lax situation in the bars and all ages, like restaurant, pub, bar type thing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What's the food situation like there?
Very greasy, but okay. It was what you would expect from bar food. Like it felt like they were trying to be a little classier than they needed to be, like duck wings for if you wanted to order wings. It's like I don't need that. Like just give me some chicken, I'm good. But there's options for people there. I had a burger that was more grease than meat, so I was not that impressed about that. But
Okay. Was just regular hamburger, or are we talking like a bacon burger?
no, just kind of like a regular hamburger, or what they
Alright.
call the Teamster. So it had like an egg on it or whatever.
I love that.
I know you do. That's
I
why I
love
figured
that.
I'd mention it.
Nice.
So I had that, and then like as I was holding it, you would just see the grease dropping off the meat. I'm just like, yeah, this is a pub burger.
Well,
like,
I mean, and
for
you got
sure.
an egg, so that's just gonna get runny. But like that's
yeah.
so good.
Yeah,
So good.
it wasn't bad, but I would recommend like eating somewhere else. If we were to hold this again, I would say just like grab something on the way to it, because they were a little maybe overpriced for what you got, but it wasn't bad. Yeah. Pub food. That's what that was. So yeah, that happened, and we are talking about the next one now.
How many of you run this?
The guy in chat, Zawind or Steven or whatever, is a friend of mine and John's, and he does most of the like planning stuff because he's very extroverted to the point where he won't stop talking ever. So like he does all the talking with people and like all that stuff. John does the Twitch part of like having an actual team, because you need partnership to be able to create a team. So because he is the one who has partnership with Twitch, he created the Twitch Calgary team, and so he has to do the not invites, but like, oh yeah, I guess invites for people in the group or whatever to join, and then I'm just helping out with whatever.
So is it just the three of you then?
Yeah, for right now.
Cool.
But like,
cool.
There's a bunch of other people. Like, we have a dude who did our logo, so like he helped out. We had a friend of ours who's a photographer do the photos of the event, so he helped out, and his wife did like the check-in process, and so like a bunch of people are helping out. But yeah,
nice.
Yeah, cool. No, it's good.
Cool. Tons of street passing. No,
I wish.
Maybe
like
this was
I
like
got 4.
2015.
Yeah, I got 4. I was so disappointed.
Oh, you actually tried?
Oh, of course I did.
I can't remember the last time I left my house with my 3DS like not just completely turned off.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I like charged it the night before because I'm like, I'm going out where people will be. Yeah, got to get those street pass.
I think you missed it.
Yeah.
I think you missed it.
Yeah, no, it might be over because now everybody's got a Switch.
I definitely think it's over.
Yeah.
Especially with the Switch out, like,
yeah.
3DS is old news, man.
Yeah.
You're an old man with your Game Boy.
I know. I am.
Yep.
I like my Game Boy.
Well, Twitch is about video games, and so is this podcast. And we're on Twitch right now.
We are on Twitch. Actually, you know what? They added this events on Twitch, so I got to try that out for TDP because we have an actual scheduled thing. So I made an event for this. I don't know what the fuck it did though.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, but because people already get like emails and like push notifications. So what does the event do? Is it just like?
I'm wondering if it's a push notification a few days before it happens, so people could like plan for it.
Yeah, maybe. Yep, exactly. But, like, oh my god, I know my now Friday, my Friday show. Got to get ready for that.
But like, I didn't get a push notification, so I don't really know what it did because I sent it out a day ago. So
right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. And my phone is updating, so I didn't get anything.
Yeah, I don't. So, long story short, I have no fucking idea what the events does.
If you got some kind of notification or know what the event thing does, write in to topdownperspective@gmail.com and let us know what we did when we pressed that button.
I mean, I'll keep pressing that button every week when we have a time, just in case, but I'd like to know.
This is literally season 2 of Lost, and I love it.
It kind of is.
And I love it so much.
Every morning we have to wake up and push the button.
Push the button, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I love that show.
It's a good
That is
show.
easily in, like, top 5 of my shows of all time.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good show. I like it.
It's like that. Scrubs.
Okay.
Scrubs might be my favorite show of all time.
Okay. I've heard people talk very
Have you not seen
highly about
Scrubs?
it. No, I can't stand Zach Braff.
Oh,
and,
okay. Well,
and that seems like a big hurdle.
For sure. I love Scrubs. And I haven't really thought about this question much, so I'm going to leave it with those two.
Okay. Okay.
Two shows.
Fair enough.
Okay, let's go. It's Top Down Perspective.
Yeah.
For March 31st.
Yeah.
Or April Fool's Day, as Twitter likes to put it, I guess, since actual April Fool's Day is on a Saturday.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't count as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, if you got to get your joke out there, and who wants to work on a weekend?
Well, I'll still be alive tomorrow, so if your joke's that good, maybe you should have just waited.
Maybe. Paul's here, and
Sean,
myself, is here. Again, John will be here next week.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go into what you've been playing.
Yeah. Kind of nothing new, really.
Sure.
So I kind of like am a hypocrite and bought Mass Effect Andromeda, but I still haven't gone back into it because I still kind of am feeling a little burnt out on open world stuff, and I don't really want to jump back in and start scanning shit again and go into a story I don't care about yet. So I'm leaving that for now. But I did buy it, and it's just sitting installed waiting for me to one day want to go back to it. So
that sounds pretty familiar, because since we last spoke, I don't know if I've played more than an hour.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of hard to like want to play it.
It's such a weird thing to say about a Mass Effect game.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it's not like I even like dislike playing it that much. I don't like looking at my character or chatting with any other characters.
Right,
It's
yeah.
just I just can't muster any like desire to like sit down and load it up
Totally.
and just get in there. And I don't like it's just a weird like I'm just so like not interested in it. And I think honestly, Zelda is partially to blame. Like I feel like I got spoiled.
Okay.
Like I got spoiled with Zelda, and
Yeah.
now I have all this self-worth, and I'm like, I'm too good for you, Mass Effect.
Okay. Does that mean you've been playing more Zelda this week?
Yeah, I've definitely been playing some more Zelda. I'm trying to go like slow with it because so like I'm flying up to Calgary next month, and I would love to have it on the plane.
Yeah.
And I'm worried that if I just beat it, I'm just going to be like, well, I'm done, moving on. And I want to spend more time with Zelda, but I don't trust myself. So I got like the Master Sword. I finished
Oh, you did get the
3.
Master Sword?
Yeah, I got the Master Sword. I finished 3 of the beasts.
Okay. You're getting
I
there
have the
for sure.
Yeah, I have the last one to go. That's the thing is I have the last beast and then like Ganon to go for, right?
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know. I want to spend more time with this game, and I'm like I said, I'm worried that if I do those 2 things, I won't go for shrines or stuff anymore.
Okay.
So I'm trying to just like I'm just gonna go for shrines and dick around now and go to all the places I haven't been, and just let this game like wait it out, prolong it as long as I can.
What's your final beast?
The Gerudo one.
Okay. Yeah. I honestly felt like that was the hardest one out of the 4 of them. So I guess that's probably the proper way to play it, maybe. Like, you probably won't have as hard of a time as I did, because you're way further along.
Right, yeah, and like I said, I'm trying to do like tons of shrines and stuff, so I'm just getting like pretty overpowered and whatnot.
Yeah, I think you'll probably have an okay time with it then. Okay, cool. But yeah, like Mass Effect Andromeda being a bad Mass Effect, but still an okay game is like not enough with like the quality of games we've been getting.
Exactly.
Like, it's just not enough to make the excuse for it anymore. So that's really a shame, because like I said, I love that series. It's weird that I'm saying that about Mass Effect, that like I have it and I don't want to play it really, or I can't get the motivation to, because I'm the person who took a week off when Mass Effect 3 came out of work so I could play the hell out of it, and did. So
right, yep.
It's a bummer. It's really a bummer. I guess the newest game I've been playing is a game called Streets of Rogue, if you've heard of this at all.
Nope.
Okay, Streets of Rogue is a tiny build game, so it has that kind of like generic pixely quality to it for the art or whatnot. It plays more like a Binding of Isaac with like weird mission structures on each floor. So you choose a character, and then it kind of puts you into this world. And each world is like, you go through a floor at a time. So the first floor, it'll start you at the beginning, and then there'll be an elevator to the next floor, to like floor 2 or whatever. To open up that elevator, you have to do the missions it gives you in this like floor, in this little section of world. But where Binding of Isaac is like screen by screen based, this is just kind of like like part of this city or something that you're playing in. So you go do the missions however means you want. So if you're a hacker, you might use a hacking tool to hack into like a computer to open a locked door so you can sneak in, grab the thing and get out. If you're like a fighter type dude or a soldier, you might just like take your gun out, shoot everybody in the surrounding area, use a grenade to blow up the wall, then take the item. Like, depending what your character is, you can choose different ways to kind of go about it. And each character plays completely differently, which makes it so you want to try them all. Like, for example, like I said, there is the soldier archetype where you start off with like a machine gun, a sword, and a bunch of grenades or something like this. Like, you have an arsenal. But then on the other side, there's a doctor character who is a pacifist by trait, and you can't use any weaponry at all with him. You have to use like this syringe to knock people out by sneaking up behind them, if anything. So yeah, every time you play through it with a different character, it kind of plays differently. And it's kind of a cool concept. It's like super deep mechanically, which is surprising because you would think it would be boring from the pixel look that they gave it, because like pixely games usually aren't that deep in the way that you would think they would be, or that they aren't as deep like this as you think it would be. So it's been a nice surprise. The biggest problem with it is it's in early access right now, and it ends at floor 3 or 4. So like not all the levels are in, a bunch of missions still aren't in, and a bunch of characters are still being added. So I've kind of burned through all of that game has to offer in about 4 hours of play, which is kind of too bad. But I would still recommend it because it is up to 4-player co-op, either local or online, and that stuff works kind of cool. You can, like, I was playing with a friend of mine named Ben, and he was playing as a gorilla that, like, every time he enters a build, like, he's a gorilla, so he can't speak English, obviously, so he can't talk to shop owners and buy stuff, and every time he tries to enter a shop, they're like, get out of here, you're a fucking gorilla, and, like, will attack him. And I played just like a normal dude, so I would have to do like all the buying for us, but he could like punch dudes through walls because he was super strong. Like, just
is there a lot of characters?
Like, yeah, there's quite a bit right now. I want to say there's probably about 20, maybe a few more.
That's a ton.
Yeah, like one,
like
and
most of these games, I would expect there to be like 6.
Yeah, no, there's a good amount of them. Like, and a lot of the characters you have to unlock by playing the game and doing something, like. There's a vampire character. His whole thing is he can't eat food, so to gain health back, he has to sneak up behind somebody and drink their blood, which can get you in trouble with the cops if you're seen and all that sort of stuff. Right. To unlock the vampire character, you have to destroy 20 tombstones in one run. So, like, just shit like that, like small little things. But yeah, like I said, it's really, really cool game. I highly suggest people check it out if it sounds at all intriguing, because it plays better than it looks. Like, you wouldn't really understand why it's fun unless you played it, which is kind of too bad. Like, I don't think it shows very well. Maybe if you watched, like, a group of people playing it, you would get the same type of idea, like on a Let's Play or something. But I would still maybe hold off because there's not a whole lot there yet. But I know that that's going to be something that's going to be really cool when it's finished. That's pretty much all I've played, though. Really
cool. So yeah, apart from like Zelda, which has been most of my week. I've been playing. I finished Oxenfree early on this week.
Okay, was that ending good?
The ending I got, was fine. Yeah,
cool.
It basically resets when you finish it, and you can kind of keep playing it. To get different endings and do different stuff.
Okay.
Mine was fine. The game I've been playing the most of, however, is called Ticket to Earth. It's a mobile game. I have no idea if it's on Android, but it just came out for iOS like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I'm going to check it out.
It came out whenever there was that big indie sale on the App Store and when I picked up Oxenfree and stuff.
Gotcha.
And much like a lot of the games I'm pretty into on mobile, it combines 2 genres together. This one, it's like a tactics grid style battle system.
Okay.
Combined with like a match 3 puzzle game.
Oh, okay.
And so the way this works is it has an isometric perspective, kind of at an angle. Think like the Go series, Hitman Go, Tomb Raider Go, whatever.
Yeah.
And you have your grid, much like a Fire Emblem, but each square of the grid is a colored and like there's like a different symbol and different color on it. Mm-hmm. And the way you can move is you can only move on one color at a time, but you can move as far as the colors are connected. And you can move in all 8 directions. It's not just adjacent like in Fire Emblem. So you can actually get pretty far in just one move by being able to go diagonally as well.
Yeah.
So you want to get to the enemies, and the more spaces you move in one turn, the stronger your attack will be. And it starts off pretty simple with like that just being the basis. Then you unlock different abilities where when you go across a bunch of colors, you get that energy, and if you come across enough of them, you can use a special attack that corresponds to that color, stuff like that. So you need to focus like, I really need like my like I don't know, willpower attack right now, so I got to get some more green tiles and stuff like that. And it's got a whole skill tree, and you can buy weapons. Like as I play more and more of this, they just keep adding more and more like RPG elements to it. So it's actually surprisingly deep.
Weird. Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of the cutscene art. It's kind of like a motion comic, but I just don't really like the way it's drawn.
Okay.
But when you're actually in the battles, it looks pretty cool. And, you get different characters. And I've seen screenshots of like getting to play with multiple characters in one fight. But so far, I've only had missions where I have one character fighting at a time. And there'll be different enemy types there'll be like bugs that are weak to burn attacks. So you want to outfit your character with burn abilities versus robots that are weak to like lightning abilities.
This is cool looking. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, like it is pretty cool. And like I said, it's surprisingly deep. It starts off really simple. And I was like, man, I wish it had this and this. And it just keeps adding more and more elements to this thing. So I'm actually like pretty into it.
Yeah.
And I've seen a bunch of people online getting like pretty excited about this game. So, like I said, I don't know if it's on Android, but it is on iOS, and it's. What was that?
No, it isn't.
Not on Android. It is on iOS. It's $4. So if you have an iPhone or an iPad, I would give it I would check it, look into it because it's pretty fun. I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
Yeah, it looks very cool. This looks like a great iPad game because like I really like how the art in the like gameplay looks.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Like I said, it's kind of weird that there's a part of it where I just don't like the way it looks. But yeah, when you're in a fight, everything looks super nice, and you're definitely like planning out your moves, and you can get some pretty crazy combos going up by being able to go diagonally.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, no, it's pretty fun. Again, that was Ticket to Ride. Not Ticket to Ride. Ticket to Ride is a good game. This is Ticket to Earth.
Yeah, I got Ticket to Ride when I looked up Ticket to Earth on Android, so I was like, oh yeah, that's a good game too, though.
It is. Yeah, it's a great game.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's it for all we played. Let's go into a tiny bit of news. This is going to be a small episode.
Yeah.
We got the April PlayStation Plus games.
Okay. Yep.
So as we know, it was announced earlier, Drawn to Death is one of them. Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time, which was a Games with Gold game, like a 2 months back or whatever.
Yeah, that's cool.
PlayStation 3 is Invisimals and Alien Rage. Is Invisimals one of the PlayStation Eye games?
I don't know. I know Connectimals was for the Kinect.
That's for the Kinect. I thought there was a PlayStation one where there'd be like little creatures on your floor.
On your floor? They're just hanging out on the floor. It might be.
I'm not seeing any shots about that. This looks just like Skylanders.
It kind of does, yeah. This doesn't look at all like what you're talking about.
And Alien Rage, I don't know what that is. On PlayStation Vita and cross-buy with PlayStation 4, it's 10-Second Ninja and Curses and Chaos, which I don't know what those are either. Actually, I've heard of 10-Second Ninja, I believe. Let's see if that's what I'm thinking it is.
Curses and Chaos. I don't think I know what that is at all.
10-Second Ninja. Oh, it is what I thought. It's like a Super Meat Boy, but you have 10 seconds to finish the stage.
Curses and Chaos actually looks somewhat familiar. So
Curses and
I think I was gonna buy this on Steam at some point, but just never did. It's like
I don't know what this is, but this looks really cool.
It does, for sure.
This looks nice.
Yeah, it looks cool. Maybe I'll look back into it.
Yeah, maybe I'll put that on my Vita and take that on a plane or something.
Yeah. But that's what Zelda's for, right?
You're right. That is what Zelda's for. Moving on, Mad Catz filed for bankruptcy this morning.
Yes, this is what's been going around Twitter today on my feed.
My favorite joke was "Thank you for decades of being my little brother's controller."
Yeah.
Or little siblings controllers everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is so true, right? Like
totally.
Your friend or whoever came over, whoever was player 2, always got the shitty Mad Catz one that like somehow like was too big, felt like it would snap in half, or like it just had like a creaking noise if you like gripped it too tight.
Yeah.
I had a Mad Catz N64 controller that the sides, the two side handles, you could rotate them if you wanted a nicer grip, and it would pinch your skin.
That sounds so bad.
Yeah, it was awful. It was terrible.
Man. Oh man, what a failure in design.
Or the other, I feel like the other Mad Catz controller that everyone has is a controller that's just way too small. Like it's just the whole concept of it is we got your regular controller, but we made it like real small for you.
Yeah,
and then
it's like
and
why?
Then, like, yeah, exactly. Why? And then like your aunt got you that for Christmas.
Yeah,
because she knows you like the GameCube.
And this was only $5, so why wouldn't I get this one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mad Catz, Chapter 7, bankruptcy. As of I guess yesterday. Yada yada yada.
That's too bad.
There goes Mad Catz.
That just means people losing their jobs.
Doesn't Mad Catz, don't they make like good fight sticks? Like people like their fight sticks, or am I thinking of a different company?
No, you're thinking of the right company, for sure.
I guess Mad Catz was also doing the Rock Band 4 instruments, and those didn't sell a ton.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Good old Mad Catz.
Last one is that StarCraft Remastered was like leaked and then announced immediately after this last week.
Yep. It's cool.
You can get it in 4K.
Yep.
I understand they're not going to touch anything besides the visuals.
Yep. That's cool.
I was never really a big StarCraft guy. Are you? You excited?
Original StarCraft, yeah. I played.
You gonna play some remastered?
I don't know. Maybe the problem with StarCraft is that so many people are actually just pros now at it that have been playing for 20 years.
Right.
So probably not.
Right.
But yeah, no, that was a fun game. Actually, you know what? I probably will. Because I recognize all those. That's the one I spent all my time in. Like, I didn't spend nearly the amount of time in StarCraft 2 that I did in 1 in Brood War, so I'll probably go back to it just for the nostalgia more than anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That game came out on the N64.
It did. Apparently, that was a decent way to play that game, which I don't understand how.
Really weird. I never played that version.
Me neither. I don't know how that could be good, so...
Okay, that's it for news. That's all that's happened. Let's go on to some questions.
Yeah.
Questions we got. topdownperspective@gmail.com, @TDP podcast on Twitter, Facebook group, Discord, John's PO box.
Yep.
First question comes in from Dead and Sky. What would your last meal be?
What would your last meal be? Good Lord.
Okay, I saw the question earlier, so I have had time to think, and I have my answer while you're thinking.
Yeah, go for it.
It'd probably be macaroni and cheese.
Just like a comfort food.
Yeah, like it's super comfort food. Macaroni and cheese is always delicious. I don't think I've ever had bad macaroni and cheese. And like it's not really healthy, but it's my last meal, so I don't really have to worry about it. So I would just have like some spicy mac and cheese with like bacon bits.
Yep.
Too much cheese on there. There's a place down the street from me. Well, kind of further down the street. It's not walking distance. It's called Homeroom.
Okay.
It's in North Oakland. It's just a mac and cheese restaurant. It is so good. There's always a line out the door. The last time I had it, it was like a chicken and pineapple mac and cheese dish. It was so good. So good.
So, do we know that this is our last meal?
Yeah.
Like, we're on death row?
Yeah, of course. Otherwise, it's just like, then how would this question work? Like, what was the last meal you had before you died? I don't know. Like, yeah, of course you know.
Like, you probably a burrito or something.
Sorry, the other way you could read this question is literally, what was the last meal you had?
Right.
In which case, my answer is chicken and potatoes.
Okay, that's not as luxurious, for sure.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. You know, macaroni and cheese with like some premium cheeses and bacon and like just the works sounds like it would be pretty good. I think I would go for like, oh man, what's a comfort food? Like I really like meatloaf. Like a really good, perfectly made meatloaf would be nice.
I am not a meatloaf fan.
I love meatloaf. I love that shit so much.
Is it just now? I haven't had a lot of meatloaves elsewhere because I'm not a fan of it. My dad always made it with a lot of ketchup on top. Is that a thing? Like, does all meatloaf need to have ketchup or no? Or is my dad just making his weird meatloaf?
I mean, I think that's like the normal thing a lot of people do because ketchup can hide out like the dryness if you like overcook it or anything like that. Yeah, it's a pretty
big meatloaf fan then.
But like, no, you can make other sauces or like a gravy or something. Some meatloaf. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Anything special in your meatloaf?
No, probably just nice and plain with like a good sauce on it. Maybe a side of potatoes, like mashed potatoes.
Okay. I'm also not a mashed potatoes fan, so
okay, fair enough.
Would not join you in your last meal.
Okay. Or like, okay, so since I live in Calgary, it's hard to get like really good seafood here. So like maybe just like a selection of actually fresh seafood, which is like that's gonna
like
be my last meal.
Seafood? That's such a big thing.
Like,
what are you talking?
I don't know, maybe
lobster,
like a lobster tail, some crab, like scallops, some shrimp, just like a little bit of everything.
Seafood platter,
like a platter, yeah, but like of fresh seafood.
Okay. This is actually just making my mouth water.
I know, I'm just fucking hungry. This is the worst.
All right, you got this next one?
Yes. Custom says, would you guys rather choose to make content you enjoy making but not watching, or content you enjoy watching but not making? Like
existential.
Selfishly, I would rather enjoy making it and not really care because I'm not going to watch my own shit after it's done.
Okay, so you're saying the only part you're interacting with it is enjoyable.
Yeah.
I think I could agree with that. Although if I feel like there's something to be said for like, hey, that was a lot of hard work and grueling, but we muscled through it and look how good it turned out in the end.
You're right. I mean, yeah, I guess so. There's something to be said for that. That's not. I would prefer to not have it be grueling. I'd rather have a great time making it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the other one though. I'm gonna stick with the being proud of what it turned out to be.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, if you enjoyed making it, you would probably enjoy watching it. Otherwise, why are you?
Yeah, probably.
Why are you making it, right? Like, why are you making it that way? So,
last question comes from Luna. What is your favorite movie based off a video game?
Movie based off a video game? Ooh. Oh, God. Silent Hill is very good representation of Silent Hill, the game. But favorite, like Mortal Kombat, probably. I love seeing those characters. You don't like any movie or video game?
Not that I've seen. Movies? I haven't seen a ton of them, but like they're just always bad.
Mortal Kombat 1 is so fucking good. Street Fighter is not a good answer, Captain Falcon.
Street Fighter is not good. Prince of Persia is not good. Prince of Persia was like okay at best.
It's boring though. Like
I've only seen it once in theaters. I can't remember anything about it.
Right. I fell asleep during it. I had to watch it twice.
I heard that Ratchet and Clank was really bad.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
You really liked Warcraft, didn't you?
Yeah, Warcraft is good. That movie is a lot of information to digest. I don't think that's a great movie, like, necessarily. I'm pretty sure it
got some pretty low reviews.
It got some okay to low reviews. Yeah, I don't think there were very many great reviews for it. But I mean, I like the Resident Evil movies as well, because they have like nothing to do with the games. So I don't know that those count necessarily, rather than in name.
It doesn't count, but Scott Pilgrim is super video game inspired.
And
it's great.
Yeah,
it's a fantastic movie
for sure.
But that doesn't really count for this question. But I felt like I needed to mention that
for sure.
All right, that does it.
That's
Short episode.
Diet.
If people want to send questions, where can they do so, Paul, for next week?
Shopdownperspective@gmail.com, facebook.com/shopdownperspective, Twitter @TDP Podcast, and John's mailbox and the Discord if you're part of that. And if you're not, you should get a link to that on Twitter, I believe is where we have a link to that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you could like scroll through it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Actually, someone just reminded me, they're talking about the Ace Attorney movie. There's a Professor Layton movie that is pretty good.
Okay. Did you watch? You watched it then?
I watched that one. I think it's called I can't remember if it's called the Eternal Diva or if that's one of the names of the games.
Okay.
But something like that. Mm-hmm. That one's pretty good.
Cool. Okay.
What's your game of the week?
Oh, I guess Streets of Rogue.
I mean, Zelda's pretty good, but I'm going to give it a Ticket to Earth this week.
Nice. All right,
that does it. We'll be back with a meteor episode next week. Thanks everyone who tuned in, and
bye.
Goodbye.